Hello from Atlanta, Georgia. I want to welcome you to the 5 stages of change in social media. This is Catherine Kerrigan, and I'm a medical intuitive healer and partner with Ramajan Kogan at whatissocialmediatoday.com. Now, there's a distinct psychological process that you go through in the 5 stages of change in social media today. You can't begin to win the game of social media until you've gone through this process in your head. So I want to take this time to explain it to you. The more you understand what you're going through, the easier it will be for you to go through this process. Now, I wanted to start by establishing my credentials with you in social media. I don't have an MBA. I don't have a marketing degree. I'm a single woman running a home-based business in Atlanta, Georgia, and I really have a wonderful life, and the social media marketing is part of what makes me successful. My Clout score, a measure of overall social media influence, is 68. Once your Clout score is over 60, you're in the top 5% of all social media marketers. For well over a year now, I've been in the top 100 Twitter users in Atlanta, Georgia, compiled by Evan Carmichael. I'm a medical intuitive healer and the author of 5 books, the last 4 of which have gone to #1 on Amazon. Because I can work by phone or Skype with clients all over the world, I take my social media marketing work really seriously, because if I can reach the 2.1 billion people in the world who have a social media account, then I have an unlimited potential and market for my business. Now, by playing the game of social media, I no longer have to rely on the 5.7 million people in Atlanta, Georgia, willing to push their way through the 12th worst traffic in the United States to come and work with me in person. I can simply sit on my sofa, put on my yoga toe stretchers, drink a cup of tea, and turn on my Skype or phone and go to work. I'm a Phi Beta Kappa graduate of Brown University, but as I'll explain a little bit more, I really didn't know very much at all about computers until a few years ago. And I actually broke my Apple desktop computer because I'd been turning it off incorrectly for the previous 4 years. So I'm 57 years old. So the reason I'm saying these things is if you're like me in your 50s or 60s, you don't know anything about computers, you can still knock this stuff out. Now, the metric that is most important to me is that in the past 6 months, that my gross revenues in my business are up 50% for the first 6 months of 2016 over the first 6 months of 2015. And I attribute 100% of this success to my work in social media marketing. And that's why Ramajan and I are starting this business. So what are the 5 stages of change you go through when you want to win the game of social media? The first stage is pre-contemplation. During this stage, you think that the cons of doing anything about social media campaigns outweigh the pros. The second stage is contemplation. When you go through this step, you may consider social media training, such as our company, but the cons still outweigh the benefits of social media, so you do nothing. Planning. At this stage, you set up a social media strategy template. Now, this is what Rama and I really want to teach you when you sign up to work with us at whatissocialmediatoday.com. Now, the 4th step is action. Finally, you're moving forward. You may not be a social media specialist or a social media manager, but you're finally playing the game of social media. And the last stage is maintenance. You play the game of social media consistently and have integrated social media into your daily life. You've made it accessible, you have fun with it, you're making money with it. Now, here's the thing. Each of these stages occur between your ears. Learning to win the game of social media is a psychological game within yourself and a matter of education. In other words, this process is both emotional and mental. Now, in my work as a medical intuitive, I read the 5 bodies: the physical body, the energy body, the emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. And all of these involve resolving the issues. Now, it's my experience as a medical intuitive healer that it's most important to clear the emotions that are holding a pattern in place. And I've heard all the excuses when it comes to social media, as has Rama. I don't have time. I tried Twitter for 2 days and it didn't work. I don't want to talk about my personal life in public. I can hire someone for that. Our search engine optimization expert, Scott Smith of London, says that if you really want to hire somebody who knows what they're doing, you would have to pay the equivalent of 4,000 English pounds for a month. So for just for the cost of less than that, we're going to train you how to do it and be even more effective. Now, you may already have a Facebook account, a Twitter account, an Instagram, or be uploading videos on YouTube, but here's the truth. Unless you create a social media strategy like Rama and I want to teach you, where you're clear about your own brand identity, you probably aren't getting anywhere. Even if you're willing, if you fail to plan, you can bet on that sooner or later, you're going to drop back to the 2 earlier stages of pre-contemplation or contemplation, because you aren't getting new customers, new readers, or more money, and you'll feel very frustrated. You'll say, hey, I tweeted for 2 days and nothing happened. This stuff doesn't work. What's the point? Now let me drill this down for you. If you are in the pre-contemplation stage, more than likely you have loads of excuses about why you won't do social media. You're too busy. You think you can just hire that out, which, by the way, is a terrible idea and ultimately won't work, because no one understands you and your business and your books the way that you do. You may not be making much money in your business or not selling any of the books you work so hard to write and publish, but mentally and emotionally you just checked out. Now, if you're in the contemplation stage, more than likely you're either new to running a website or a blog and you haven't figured out how to get people to actually start visiting your website. This is what we're going to teach you how to do, how to drive people to your website. You may not even be aware how you can check to see if people actually are visiting your website. You don't know how to market your content through the social media. You probably don't have many people visiting your website, and you adopt the hope and pray approach, hoping and praying that people might happen to notice what you've worked so hard to put up on the internet. But the idea of engaging in social media still feels a bit daunting. Now, planning. This is a huge shift. If you're in the planning stage, you're about to sign up for our new program. Now, you have realized that your haphazard approach to social media actually isn't working. You realize that you have to figure out what you want to be known for, what your ideal hashtags are, and have a strategy for creating content on an ongoing basis. You want to brand your blog and figure out a way to attract people to your books, your website, and your business. Action, the 4th step. Finally, you're playing the game of social media. Yay. You know what your brand is, you know your hashtags, and you've discovered a rhythm that you can actually live with. It integrates into your busy life for creating and distributing content through your social media platform. Your ideal ratio of offering helpful content to asking people to buy your stuff is ideally about 20-1. Most people would never go to a party and ask everybody in the room to buy their stuff. You no longer act like a social media idiot at this point. Instead of telling everybody all day long to buy your stuff, you make friends, you interact, you share, and when you finally have something wonderful to say or sell, everybody else shares it for you because they like you. People buy from other people they like, and you've learned how to be likable in public. And finally, the maintenance stage. You've got it covered. You're playing the game. You know how to win the game with social media. You've created the brand for yourself. You have a content creation schedule. You deliver to your social media platform regularly, and you're actually having fun. Your audience for your books and business grows day by day and month by month. You make more money, help more people, and are able to make an even bigger impact because more people understand how you can actually help them. Now, if you're interested in finding out more about our program at What is Social Media Today and how you can win the game of social media, please feel free to email me, Catherine with a C at CatherineCarrigan.com. That's CatherineCarrigan.com. Or email Rama John Kogan at Where's Rama? ramajon@gmail.com. That's WHERES, Rama, RAMAJON, @gmail.com. So now I'm going to turn it over to Rama, and he's going to tell you all about our wonderful program.
Thank you, Catherine. One of the things that I've found working with authors and new startups is that most businesses never step up to the marketing plate. Everyone has a belief that their book, product, service, coaching practice will sell on its own, and this is an illusion. Even the best Silicon Valley startups think that way, and if you talk to marketers, they say they're delusional. Well, we don't want you to be delusional anymore. We want you to have financial success. So Catherine and I have developed this program. It's a full-on social media and branding program. Many times these two are divorced from each other. We have incorporated them together. And for a limited time, we are offering a super deal on our program for the first 10 people that sign up. Instead of the normal price of $26.95, we are offering this whole 6-month program for $1,500. After our first presentation, I think we're down to 3 spots left. So if this is of interest to you, contact us. Again, you can contact me. Where's Ramajon @gmail. My telephone number is 928-821-4553. Catherine, what's your phone number?
678-612-8816. And in summary, for $1,500, you're going to get 20 webinars, 12 one-on-one sessions, 6 with me and 6 with Ramajon Kogan. And we're going to set you up with a partner with whom you will be playing the game of social media, because we want you to have fun and succeed.
Remember, if it's not fun, it won't get done. Thanks for listening.